Hey everyone, and welcome to our career preparation workshop. I just really quick wanted to say I understand if you cannot make it to these sessions. That's why we record them. No matter when we schedule these things, somebody's not going to be able to show up. And I think probably the best part about doing these workshops live is that you get a chance to ask questions, but please, any questions, please feel free to text me, feel free to email me, feel free to call me. I will get you answers. And just know that we will continue to be doing these live and then also recording them so that if you have, a job, if you have a sport, if you're, in the school play, whatever it might be that you're doing, taking care of little siblings, I will always make sure that this information is available to you. So no need to feel guilty if you're watching this on video. That is why we record them. So without further ado, we're going to talk about career preparation today. We will talk about college majors, college search and fit, high school classes, and extracurricular activities, which if you're like, Jen, that doesn't really sound like career preparation. That sounds more like college stuff. You're partially right. They're really, really intertwined. So we're going to talk about them together as part of a holistic experience where we kind of see where you're going and what you're doing. So we're all under the career, prep umbrella, because really what you're doing is not just preparing yourself for a specific career, but for a lifetime of careers. So you might do one thing that you love for a long time and then change to do something else. What's important is that the work that you do now by gaining skills and knowledge is going to support your careers and your success in any career. So when we talk about career prep right now, career preparation involves researching, gaining experience, and it could be in a particular industry. It could be in several different industries. But the skills that you learn in one experience or career will be useful in your preparation for other careers. So we're really talking about transferable skills, and the skills that you learn while exploring career prep will be transferable not just to your career, but in really kind of mapping out your future, definitely in your college and scholarship searches as well. So first I'm going to talk about majors. One of the most annoying things anytime an old person says, hey, how you doing? If you're in high school, they're going to say, have you thought about college? And if you say, yes, I'm thinking about it, they'll say, well, what's your major going to be? And that can be a lot of pressure. So we're going to demystify this a little bit. The college major is just where you're focusing your studies. It's where you're kind of specializing. For example, you might be an engineering major, and that's going to be different than being a math major. But then even within engineering, you can specialize and become a different type of engineering major. You could study civil engineering, computer engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, sound engineering. So there's a lot of things that you can do. Your major is really the focus of your studies. You can also choose a minor, which is when you've got a secondary focus of your studies, and this will require less courses than your major. So oftentimes students will pick, if they can't decide what major, they've got like maybe two that they love, they'll pick one and then make the other one a minor. Or they'll be like, wow, and they've got an interest and they've got a major and a minor that are really complementary to each other. So they don't have to be related. You could major in engineering and minor in Swedish, or you could major in marketing with a minor in accounting. So, and those are closely related. So just know that you've got a lot of choices. Now, when you're taking your coursework, you're going to take something called general education. And this is where you take classes that are outside of your major, but we feel that they're really important for you to have as just a productive member of society. If you know the particular major that you want, you can take your general ed classes that support that major. If you don't know your major, then you can make choices in your general education classes that let you sample a lot of different things. So general education, sometimes it's called a core curriculum. It can be called a lot of different things. What will happen is that for most of you, about half of the classes that you take in college will be kind of general education, and the other half will be really specifically related to your major. That flips a little bit with some of our technical degrees. So if you're studying engineering, if you're studying nursing, actually, if you're studying art and receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts, 2/3 of your classes will be in your major and 1/3 will be in general education. If you are studying liberal arts, then 1/3 of your courses will be in your major and 2/3 will be in general ed. So a couple of different ways to choose a major. You can choose specifically for career preparation. And this is when you choose a major to prep for a specific path. This could be a nurse, a physical therapist, a web developer, a stockbroker. You could take a class or two in, relevant disciplines, talk to students, and you can make sure that you're prepared for the coursework required for that specific major. Now, some students choose their major based on earnings potential. So they choose the majors that lead to the highest salaries. This could be engineering, becoming an actuary, computer science, physics, statistics, government, economics. Some students follow their hearts and choose their major based on the subjects that you love. So, and the thought there is that if you love what you're studying, you'll be able to really fully engage in classes and the college experience. You'll have better grades. You'll have great relationships with others in your classes and in your field. Often students that go this route choose liberal arts. And again, remember, liberal arts was about 2/3 general education requirements and 1/3 in your major. So you might pick history, would be an example of a liberal art. So you've got 2/3 of classes that are just going to be really fun and very different from each other, really building your critical thinking skills. And then 1/3 of your classes would be just in history. And lastly, I want to say, if you're undecided, please be undecided. Don't feel like you have to have an answer just because people are asking you. Don't feel that you have to declare before you start college. Really, you don't have to choose your major and make a decision until the end of your second year in a 4-year degree program, a bachelor's degree. Make the most of those general education courses. Pick the ones that are really interested in you. Some colleges, such as Oregon State, have an entire support system in place. It's called exploratory studies for students that come in and are undecided. So we've got a lot of help for you here. So don't feel like you have to declare a major right away. You can wait up until that very last day. All right, so again, we talked about being undeclared. Again, you start with general education classes. You might, find something that you absolutely love. Liberal arts degree, that is, they're really interdisciplinary. And so you're going to take a lot of classes in the social sciences, the natural sciences, the humanities. You kind of get a little bit of everything, and then you can really learn how to pull big ideas together and communicate. A lot of campuses have career centers, career counselors. Here, I'm up in the Portland, Oregon area, and free to anybody in our community, not just PCC students, but PCC has a career center to help you really discern what you want to do, not just a career center that's going to help you find a job. So some schools really get into this. If you're volunteering, that's an amazing way to get some experiences and to try a few things on. So really, you don't have to know it all, but there's a lot of support for you. And just really pay attention to things that you like and things that kind of really spark you. All right, so we've played this game before. And what we're going to do, we're just going to play. We're going to make sure that we understand what a major is and how that major can really match with a potential career. And the thing that's really interesting here, that in this particular game, we've got, one major per career. but sometimes you can have one career with several different majors. You can always have one major that leads to many, many different careers. So let's get started. So accounting, we might expect a person with an accounting major to become a financial planner. Construction science can become a materials manager. Graphic design can lead to being an illustrator. Healthcare sciences can lead us to become an occupational therapist. Could also lead us to become a clinical dietitian, but we match that one with nutrition. Public relations could become a campaign manager, and sports management could become an athletic administrator. So again, I'm not saying that just because you have an accounting degree, you have to become an accountant. Just because you have a graphic design degree does not mean that you have to become a graphic designer. You are not signing yourself up for a lifetime in a particular career. So that's the end of the slides that I have for you today. But I really, really want to make sure that you feel comfortable reaching out to me. Feel comfortable watching these videos over and over again if you need to, and that I will be here. I will be here over the summer. So as you transition from your junior year in high school into your senior year in high school, we'll have stuff going on over the summer. I want to make sure that you're as prepared for the start of your senior year and your college search and your financial aid applications as you can be. So wonderful to see you, and can't wait to just keep working with you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye-bye.